That was great. Thank you. And um, I will do a prayer myself and then see what comes up. Um, this event is very kind of joyful for me because it's we don't really have particular topic and just we'll see what fits and I will do a little prayer. So as Daniel led us, please generate Bodhicitta, thinking that the remaining time is for the benefit of all sentient beings try to enlightenment. Therefore, we are doing this. We are having this discussion and then also rest in a little bit of meditation. I know you already did some meditation prior to the teaching, but restate our mind, refresh our mind, and mind of awakening or compassion. And this is, once again, I don't have any plan, but I think I just say some stories, like parents talk, stories to the children. And then I can make some jokes, it's just a little family. So past few months, let's say I don't, not really past few months, I thought my memory is not so good recently here. And so I got this great opportunity to do some special pujas at a retreat center, which was established by our beloved Kambrambuche, and people, both men and women, they practicing very hard, and I also understand that a lot of practitioners or students wishing to do a retreat, and sometimes our life gives different perspective or a different condition. But even you do 3 retreat, if our mind, as Daniel read earlier, the 4 thoughts, it's not combined or practiced daily. As Chamid Muchi mentioned, that it's more like you are on the mountain and wasting our time and, collecting boo-boos, right? Just go to bathroom, eat, and just doing nothing. But a retreat, this is what I'm getting to. The retreat in Tibetan terminology is sam. Sam means border, and this is something individuals could also try daily, which means, for example, like a lot of us try to do meditation, and so we have to have this distinguish between meditation and worldly things. So when we begin to do meditation, there's possibility that we have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and once go into meditation, you should go beyond that border, which means worldly concepts, and able to have a sense of calmness or sense of peacefulness and joyfulness. You know, so that is retreat word in Tibetan means some. It's going beyond the worldly concept. And then I got to do the Milam, the Sonskamapa established the Kajim Milam, the Great Aspiration in Toronto, and there are a lot of lamas, maybe like about 75 monastics, and so beautiful to witness and see, and also maybe almost 1,000 people gathering and doing this prayer that his sons come up composed so many different melodies, because those in Toronto where the Malam was gathered, and the gatherings or the many Tibetan people, unlike other places, and they are all very happy because um, they try to do a lot of other prayers, like different organizations, and then they chant so much and they chant so fast they cannot follow it. But through the blessing of His Holiness Karmapa, composed all these melodies, special melodies, and it's so unique and it's so easy to follow. They are extremely happy. Excuse me. And someone myself, an ordinary individual, and I was kind of sitting behind, that's the very end towards the facing toward the monastics. And when you see this, beautiful sangha, and you feel a sense of receiving blessing and sense of purification, and this is extremely important in Buddhism, and that the Sangha, of course, has its own definition, and both monastics and the lay people, but the Vinaya practice of that Buddha taught mainly hold by monastics, and it is very rare and it is very precious that there are monastics in the West, both Asian Tibetans and Westerners, and so whenever we see them, and they always have special quality carry with them, and we just without judging, kind of receiving blessing, and that, for example, like today I went to do this Amitabha puja at for His Holiness Karmapa's father at His Holiness Karmapa's sister's place, and I saw our two senior lamas, Lama Tsotum and Lama Karma Drodhul. As you all know, that they are really, Lama Tsotum done 3 retreat 4 times, and Lama Karma Drodhul done 3 retreat once, and their whole life dedication to Buddha Dharma. And when I saw them, I feel a sense of blessing. So my kind of point here is that the Sangha is extremely important, both monastics and also lay people. And when Sangha definition, once again, I wouldn't say once again, didn't mention that when Buddha was present, and there were 4 different Sangha members, and they were fully ordained, those monastics fully ordained, known as Gelon, on the on Bhikshus and Bhikshunis. And then the intermediate, the vows that kept by the monastics gets the first get along, father and mother, as like male or female, and then get to father and mother. And uh, and then also the lay people, lay people who some people maybe took a vow of not to kill or not to steal. And so these sanghas are extremely important. And that's why when we do the dedication, and it says that the blessing of the unchangeable nature of Dhammadati, Dhammata, and the blessing of the attainment of the three kayas by the Buddha, and then the blessing of the gathering of the Sangha. So these are extremely important. That being said, we also here have a let us Sangha wherever we have KTC or KKSG, and it's so wonderful. Most of you are my actually example, someone myself as a beginner and quite new compared to a lot of senior students, and followed to Rinpoche for a long time. And once it comes to actual practice, as you all know, the three things necessary. The first is as we read at the beginning of the teaching, the four thoughts, which actually brings renunciation, renunciation to samsara. Samsara is nothing more than confusion. Confusion is nothing more than suffering. We must have a sense of little renunciation to samsara, because, of course, we all have renunciation to suffering. Nobody likes to experience suffering, but the realization of renunciation basically means I really this temporary happiness is just not forever. I want to achieve enlightenment forever. Therefore, I want to renounce from this samsara. And then the second is because we all want to renounce, or we want to free from suffering, experience happiness, and all other sentient beings does as well. And it is not, life's not easy. However, if we have partners, family, and friends, and sometimes Dhamma friends, and when they are angry, or they are like noisy, and they're sometimes very kind of disturbing such, and I always lose my own patience, but I often feel very beneficial when you see somebody get upset with you, or like somebody is pushing our buttons or such, get upset or such, and the first reaction, instead of judging why or how such, but simply recognizing that this is a sentient being who likes to be free from suffering and experience happiness. And the moment they get upset, even they talk bad about others or towards us, is they're basically suffering, and that is extremely important. When we translate that as this individual is suffering, how can I uh, help this sentient being? It is not that easy, because we are so used to with judging others, and translate their own emotions into our own language, and we sometimes like mistaken is a huge mistake about judging others, because sometimes I also actually do and did that a lot. Like, if somebody is like in a like like a crowd, let's say in a a lot of lamas, or some people is talking something, and I feel like they're talking about me. And then I can think of like what they are talking about, and or you can translate all of this in frustration, and then you try to find out what this person is talk about, and then the other lamas, and because you have this noise in your mind, so that kind of projects the others' action into something negative, and which is something we often make mistake. So point here is that when we, uh, you know, uh, uh, see or someone, our own loved ones, when they get upset or criticize or just complain or something, the first you try to think that this individual is suffering, and through that we naturally have a sense of compassion and sense of um, uh, calmness, because we already viewed the other person's really suffering rather than, or thinking that this personality is bad, or attitude is I won't use all those words. We always use all kind of strong words. So that's the first renunciation, and I did say three things. Of course, there are more than that. So if we have a sense of compassion, that basically kind of transforms our own emotions into such a feeling of absolutely calm, because if you have compassion, you're feeling naturally calm, and you feel a sense of fearless, sense of so relieving, sense feeling light and feeling like you are also joyful. You want to help others. And then, as Thegsum mentioned, that when you have a sense of strong compassion towards others, and then naturally, there's you feel also a sense of blessing, because compassion, renunciation, as his Thegsum mentioned, it's a like one hand, the front, and or the back of your hand. And through that, then you may sense of strong devotion to Guru, because all of these qualities that you may experience, compassion or like renunciation, it's not because we are some capable, we are doing something because I'm special. Not actually, it's because uh, uh, the limitless compassion of our Guru, which starts all the way from the Lord Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni, and all the way to Buddha Shakyamuni was present, but we didn't have that opportunity to see him, but his teachings transmitted all the way to our Supreme Guru, and who compassionately bestowed upon us, and that's why we experience these qualities. So these are, I think, extremely important. And through that intense devotion to Guru, and uh, always think of Guru. Sometimes if it is mentioned in the mind trainings that, if we are going through some physical or mental discomfort, it is not totally wrong. It is the blessing of Guru that giving us opportunity to purify our negative karma. So that's a very special mind training. And then lastly, of course, in order to cut the root of samsara, that is extremely important. The compassion is very important. Renunciation is extremely important. And devotion is extremely important. But on all of this, healing concept does not really cut the root of samsara, and which comes down to the ultimate nature of mind. That is only, as Bhattacharya which mentioned, the only way to realize nature of mind is relying on or through the immense accumulation of merit, accumulation of wisdom, purification, especially receiving the authentic blessing from a realized master. Realized master. Sometimes maybe master is not totally realized, but because of our own devotion, our own pure, faith that, as Gamba mentioned, that if you see your own guru as a Buddha, you receive blessing as, like Buddha. If see your guru as a Bodhisattva, equally, you receive, like Bodhisattva's blessing. If you see your guru as someone like a very authentic teacher, you see like that. But if you see guru, someone is, even, like something like not impure or such, then you don't receive any blessing. And that is, not decided by maybe guru's definition, but also our own opening mind through such immense devotion. And there was a story a few years back. There was a story told by the great master, the our lineage, Sanji Nyembar, which is very, very special master. And Sanji Nyembar, which said that he was in Bodh Gaya and they were doing this, special puja. And then one individual came around doing Pora and, viewing the Sangha. And of course, they are very including Sanjay Barbach himself, sit on throne, and there are many thrones. But this lay person who has a kadara and some offerings didn't even look at those teachers. Went directly towards the end where his teacher was, and like a senior elderly monk. He offered, did 3 prostrations, and he offered that kadara to him, received blessing, and then he went back to the Kora. And Sanjay Barambachi said he was very, very amazed because this is what when you make connection, when you receive authentic teachings from your guru, whether it's a lay person or like a monastic or male or female, does not matter. It is your guru who give you authentic teaching, and that's extremely important. So my point here is that the realization of Mahamudra nature of mind is absolutely dependent on your authenticity or authentic devotion of devotion to your guru. And there's nothing guru can give it to you. Rather, you basically awaken your own Buddha nature, because as I mentioned earlier, samsara is nothing more than confusion, and the nature of confusion, as it taught by Gambopa, the nature of confusion is wisdom. So confusion is terminology that we use in order to capture such confusion, actually we call confusion. But and when it comes to Mahamudra, and last night I had a teaching on KDD curriculum, because Mahamudra basically means Maha means pervasive, pervade to all everything, which means Mahamudra. It's like capture everything includes in this Mahamudra, which means that includes the confusion, emotions that we consider something negative, and thoughts are something like we should be abandoned. But as a practitioner, especially absolute devotion to Guru, and whatever feeling you arise is always pervaded by wisdom of Mahamudra. So therefore, there's nothing that is not captured by such Mahamudra. That's why even though confusion is can transform into wisdom. So this, I think, points are extremely important. Once you begin to practice wholeheartedly, not because what people say about us, how long you have been with the teacher. It's all about your own confidence that you have believed in yourself. You know that you practiced. You practiced. Practicing sincerely is nothing to show off, and you don't have to show people how many recitation you are doing, how many meditation you're doing. you don't have to say anything, but people could experience, people could feel that the sense of blessing from that teacher or or practitioner, if he or she truly experience some of the blessing or compassion. And then like our own Kimburumbuchi and our own teacher Kimburumbuchi, who's extremely realized, but he's so humble and always ready to serve sentient beings. And as I always share, that in the retreat, he always uh, sew our clothes and does everything like our parents does to us. So he doesn't mind or he never complain, and it's because simply, he just cares so much that practice is essential. As we said, the highest offering to teacher is not the material, not anything else, but the excuse me, the actual practice. So through the practice, because teachers' only wish is us to liberate from samsara. Therefore, if we are able to liberate from samsara, let's say if we are able to meditate and a sense of liberation of our own confusion, our own thoughts, sometimes as able to rest and recognize those thoughts, recognize the confusion, that is the highest offering to our Guru. Of course, like as you know, when we see Kimburumbuchi, I say, I finished prostration and he's so happy. I finished my Hundu practice, he's so happy. But if he discovered that one of us have a sense of recognition of our nature of mind, and he will be, beyond happiness. So, as you know, this is a guided practice, or like we just say a few things. Those are, I thought, maybe per Daniel's leading the prayer, and I thought maybe I would say some of those. And then it always comes down to this, isn't it? Always like we have to kind of remember each other, do your daily practice, and it's something like we all struggle simply because we feel like we don't have time, and we feel like it's very hard. We feel like it's just sometimes not interested. I'm afraid I would say that, because the reason is that simply because we may be not experiencing actual blessing, because when you practice, we have to apply diligence, and the definition of diligence, as we all know, that it is mentioned by Shantin Deva, delight to practice. You are so happy to practice, so looking forward to practice instead of like excuse doing practice. Of course, in samsara, in life, there's no way that everything is done. There's always find something to do, but because the practice is so important, it is something practitioners should take it very seriously. And so I think, according to Kamburumachi's teaching and examples of great masters, and then, once you have this sense of renunciation, sense of devotion, sense of compassion, and then through that you may experience a sense of some liberation and receiving Guru's blessing, and then you have your own, you are able to guide your own practice. What I meant is that be mindful, and when you wake up in the morning, there's not so much time just throughout the day, like 24 hours a day, and see how we utilize these 24 hours. Especially like able to practice wherever you go, whatever you do. All we need to do, uh, I wouldn't say that all we need to do, it's yeah, basically keep reminding the four thoughts that we read earlier. It is so profound, it's so useful, and with that, I think, as you know, my mumbo jumbo will never stop, and I let you guys, excuse me, ask some questions, and I will stop there. Then Daniel, you have to make a joke, say one. I will do that. I have a joke at the end. Good. Be very fun. Anybody have any questions? Questions? This is baby butter.
Was the Monlam at Trungpa Rinpoche's monastery or not?
It's not Trungpa Monastery. There's another center, Kamasonam Tajilang, and if you, I think some of you may know, Lama Namsi Rinpoche was, at the time, was sent to US by his son Sexton Kamapa, just like Khembu Rinpoche, and he established a center there. So his nephew overseen that center. So he's the one who also, did overseen the North America 12th Kaju Melon, and then 13th Kaju Melon gonna be in New York City, overseen by Lama Tsewang, Lama Tsewang Rinpoche. Anything else, por favor? Yes, Bruce, you have to unmute, please.
There we go.
Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
We had to have a little intervention. So I have a question.
Say that again. What did you say? What I went?
Okay, there was an intervention required.
Intervention. What does intervention? I never heard that word before. Intervention.
It means action by a third party to correct a situation.
Action. Action.
Okay, good. That's
Action.
not important. It's not important. Not
Sounds
important.
like my life.
And for me, because I'm learning English, that's good to know. That's how do you say that again? Adventure? No, not
Intervention.
intervention.
Yes.
Intervention.
Okay.
Somebody can type that in the chat so I can look at the spelling and that I will.
Right.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead, Bruce.
So maybe you can shed some light on something. A long time ago, Daniel said that there were three things that were common to all branches, all Buddhists. One was a belief in the historical Buddha, Shakyamuni. One was a belief in karma and rebirth. But he didn't remember the third thing. And I was curious as you perhaps could identify it. Or otherwise answer the question, what is it that is common to all Buddhists in all branches of Buddhism?
Very good question. And yeah, believing in Buddha, as that's what we when we talk about believing in Buddha, basically means when Buddha gave teaching, he did not teach it in order us to believe it, but because his teaching is so everything's reasoning. And because if you look at the scientific field, and everyone is talk about Buddha's teaching, and it is they analyze years and years of every reasoning, and then they come to closer to the Buddha's teaching. So that's why, as Buddha mentioned, that his teaching, you must analyze just like a gold and purify everything. And once you see this is a real goal, real teaching, then you accept. So that's why Buddha was fearless. There's nothing for him to hide because he taught this based on his own realization. He analyzed everything and meditated, etc. So that's why, Buddha, someone we could trust because simply he is the omniscient. He's awakening. And secondly, believing in karma. Yeah, the karma is everything. In Buddhism, karma is extremely important. There's, whatever you do have consequence. And even those individuals who doesn't believe in karma, then they always talk about, oh, if you do something bad, there's consequence, right? They always talk about that. So whether Buddha was present or Buddha gave teaching or not, karmic condition, enlightenment, everything is always there. And so that's why karmic conditions, so special and so true. Nothing can be ignored. Even if we try to do something, bad things and try to hide, there's always has consequence. And then third, I don't know what is that could be the truth of the nature, the truth of the nature, because everything at the end, ultimately nothing changes. That's the truth. The Buddha nature, the realization, so doesn't change. Even like in our prayer says the truth of unchangeable Dhamma. So, and then regard with what is common for all the Buddhists. Oh yeah, karma is everyone. It's common. Just like the three things pretty much common for all the Buddhism, whether it's Tibetan Buddhism, Chinese Buddhism, whatever form of Buddhism, they truly trust about Buddha's teaching, and Buddha was appeared, and Buddha will become enlightened. Secondly, the karma is the reincarnation is extremely important, and everybody live in that. And then third is enlightenment. So enlightenment is various, because each this different Buddhism, within Buddhism, different let's say religions. I wouldn't say religions, different yanas, different parts. They may have different interpretation about enlightenment. But the enlightenment is something they all common. And then based on all of those, then 10 virtuous actions, 10 non-virtuous actions, everything is common. The only difference is between these different philosophical or Buddhism religions like Chinese Buddhism, they are mainly focused on the Pure Land and sutras, and then Tibetan Buddhism, a combination of sutras and tantras, practicing deity and all of this, and then Theravada is closely connected with the Vinaya teachings that Buddha gave. So it's a little different, and it's very interesting. Buddha's teaching is very interesting because when you look at the Hinayana tradition, how they believe, and then Mahayana, and then tantric practice, and some of this Buddha's teaching is a little bit contradicted. It seemed like, oh, he taught this. Why is this? Why is that? Each sutra that are different because we, sentient beings' mind or our own capacity or our own faculty is contradicted. We all have a little contradicted mind. So Buddha's teaching is best for sentient beings. And that's why it's like, if you go to a restroom, did I say restroom? Restaurant. Okay. And the chef, the cooks, they cook all kind of food, right? I mean, like there was like in Toronto, I went. There was the center served some food, and Cambodian. I was there, and they have this amadasi, and I only ate a little piece from spoon, and I ate it, and I was just sneezing or tearing up, and it was like punishment for me, right? I only eat little. And then meanwhile, I look at Cambodia, like, he's really enjoying that Emma does, right? So it's contradicted, but it fits for both of us, right? I mean, doesn't fit me, but fit for him.
Mm.
So that's why Buddha's teaching, sometimes the emptiness also have different aspects. That's why historically Buddha gave, 84,000 teachings. There's not really 84,000 exact number. It basically means a numerous teachings according to a numerous, different mental disposition of sentient beings.
Mm. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. That's a
You're
very
very
thorough
welcome.
answer.
I got it. Intervention. I learned one word. When I come to LA, I'm gonna use this intervention. I was told to use big words.
Mm.
Anything else? Intervention. Then you sent twice. I only need once.
No, there's also a word intervene.
Oh, that's the intervene is the verb and intervention is the noun. We all know that. Come on.
You're good.
That was actually my guess, and I got lucky. So before you guys go, I want to share this, right? So as you know, I'm sometimes watch YouTube. This is you must laugh, okay? It's our rule. You better laugh, okay? Otherwise, I'll be so embarrassed. So a lady was going, was having a driving test. A guy laughs, okay? All right. And then the driver instructor said, "Oh, your driving test is failed." And the lady said, "Oh no, I feel so bad. What can I do, to make it up, or what can I do?" She said, "Oh, you know what? If you could answer this question, and I will let you pass." And she said, "Oh, thank you so much." It is actually recorded on a video, like what's the word? The camera, surveillance camera.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just somebody, try to make, become a famous YouTuber or something. And then this is, excuse me, this is his caution. And if, when you reach to stop sign, if you see a old guy and and with a young child, what do you hit? And the lady says, "I assume I hit the old guy. Consider the young person have a lot of life ahead of him." No, you just hit the brake.
Yeah. Yes.
I thought that's funny. Nobody's laughing, my God.
Yes, I laugh.
Oh, okay, Max is laughing. I can see that. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, he's he says, consider the old guy is so old. We could, I mean the young and we hit the old guy, not the young guy. No, you hit the brake. Anyways, yeah. So really, I think if all of us, let's say, I do my practice every day, and that's not always perfect, as you know me, and sometimes good, sometimes not so good, but etc. But sincerely, before I do any practice or give teaching, if I do all my best to generate bodhicitta, because I know that during the practice, my mind is crazy, and then maybe a lot of distractions. I may get upset, etc. But if you generate bodhicitta clearly, precisely, and then the throughout your practice, your practice combined, nurtured by bodhicitta, and at the end dedicated merit for all sentient beings. So that is, I think, extremely important, not rushing on cushion and try to practice or so practice has to really satisfy your own mind, not try to tell people how you practice or such. You try to show off or such. It's all about your own, because there's nothing can hide within yourself. So in your mind, oh, I really practicing deep down from my heart. I feel very satisfied. So yeah, that daily practice is very, very important. And then I see this. Oh, but and I guess if you don't have questions, and then maybe what time is it?
Lama, there's somebody has a question.
Oh, let's
I don't know
go.
how to pronounce your name. Yong Song?
Yunson raise his hand. Yes, Yunson, please.
For some reason, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't unmute my video, so I raised the hand. So I have one question. I feel that the more Buddhist practices I'm doing, I can find more hidden negative emotions, especially during meditation. Like if I don't do meditation, I feel I'm good, I'm happy. But when I do meditation, I can see a lot of emotions. And I want to ask, how can we quickly get detached from expectations like good health, good academics, and good lives? I feel there are many obstacles because of the expectations. Can I just pray to the guru to get rid of this, or what else can I do? Thank you.
Oh, that's a wonderful question. And I always like to borrow my teacher's answer. People ask this question. It's a kind of a common question. And my teacher used to say that, as far as meditation, and because you begin to meditate, then you can actually begin to see there are a lot of negative feelings or emotions. And before that, before you don't do meditation, and you cannot identify. So this is not something bad. My teacher says this is as we say, like shamatha meditation, the experience as a waterfall. It's not, your mind is not calm, just like waterfall, very noisy. But the beauty part of that, if someone a good practitioner, it's like if people go to see waterfall, right? So they see a beautiful waterfall and take pictures because they see the beauty. So if someone experienced meditator, normal, you cannot empty your mind, so you see all those emotions, but they see as a like beautiful waterfall. But on the other hand, the beginners, it's very noisy and so fast. So that is a recognition of that is actually, some of the experience is not something bad, but anxious and anxious to get rid of those negative everything, and that is not how we have to have patience, because we been in samsara beginningless time, it takes time. So prayer to Guru is extremely important. Prayer to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, extremely important. But facing those negative emotions, extremely important. We cannot cover it. We cannot hide it. We have to face. That's why meditation, like last night, I was talking about the definition of Mahamudra means, as a great meditators like Mahamudra pervade to all confusion. I also mentioned tonight, which means that it doesn't matter what emotions you feel, fear, or doesn't matter. It is always, with wisdom. It is not something always negative. So I think one of the easiest, could be a little easier method could be, when you experience all these emotions and negative health conditions, and then instead of frustrating, sometimes people frustrate it, how do I want to do this, but instead of that, I'm just so happy. This is, all of the negative karma is coming within this body, within this life, within this mind, within this body, I'm so happy and purifying negative karma. Equally, may I able to purify all negative karma of all sentient beings. So when you think like that, that doesn't mean like, you immediately cured, immediately purified. Rather, you have a joy instead of sorrow. So you are more courageous to face those discomforts. And then, of course, like not only meditation, but also like, the 3 jewels, offering to 3 jewels and lighting lamps and all this, meritorious actions, giving something to the beggars or whatever way to accumulation of merit, that's also equally important.
In Lama Karma, I heard, I don't remember which Lama, but he said something similar to what you said about obstacles. And what I remember was something like, well, of course there's going to be obstacles. You've had so many lifetimes as an ordinary being with all your thoughts and all the things you've done physically to hurt yourself, hurt other people. Of course, you're going to work through the karma of the body and the mind, and obstacles are how they show up.
Yeah, exactly. As it's mentioned in the Dhammin Sutra, that especially practitioners who are, good practitioners, they will suffer. Even they may, they may suffer more, more than others. Because I really, truly, I know that in Tibet, there are wonderful Kimbos, wonderful lamas. Nobody is healthy, They have so many problems, seriously, like, high blood, all kind of stuff. It's people like myself. It's like, I'm okay, right? Oh, where's the wood? Okay, that's wood. Okay, it's supposed to help, right? So seriously, in Tibet, like all these great, great lamas, like, and they have so much problems. But they don't complain though. They just like seem like, kind of, I wouldn't say enjoy, but they just take it as on the path. So that's why the Dhammin Sutra says, "Interview, Gonzo, the Chendala, le Chendala, not what there's no punish in this very life, because that's the purifying all of negative karma. In real practitioners asking, please, have suffering so that I want to have a distraction towards like a life pleasures, and so they have more renunciation. Anyway, yeah, that's how it is. But tonight, our kind of until next time, 3 things. I always like 3 things. As you know, sometimes I don't make 3. The first is do daily practice, right? All of us, not just you, but all of us, we do daily practice. And no, Daniel, you can do that. That means you are not going to do it. I'm just joking. And then second is really, second is so not only doing daily practice, but please, whatever you're doing in the office or outside, just try to, when you experience those emotions or stress, and not just letting it carry forever, just refresh and pray to Guru or meditate, especially when your meditation seems like doesn't work, then say, oh, may I able to purify all of negative karma through this discomfort, right? Not only me, but all the other sentient beings. It's a simple concept. It doesn't require $1 or penny, nothing. It's just using your own resources, and it's so beautiful. And then third should be the first, is that whenever you practice or any meritorious actions you do, please generate bodhicitta, and don't just start right away and carried by emotions. So we try to do that, and until next time. And the next time when we meet, and I will say, I could be the first person to fail, but you know, what can you do? You know, we fail like child walking in it, just fall and then slowly walk up. Do I have Dale? Did I say do I have Dale? Yeah, everybody, thank you so much. You know, you guys inspiration for me, because if I don't say that, then I'll probably be, you know, not doing my own practice. So when I said that, because I said it, then I feel a little regret if I don't do it, right? All right, so thank you so much, Soka. I'm so used to Santa Monica KTC. Now it's Soka. I mean, Soka Center or what? Should I use the center or just Soka?
KTC SoCal.
Oh, KTC. Okay, sorry, my bad. Let's dedicate the merit of today's session for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay, Daniel, you can. Yeah, I said I will do dedication. But also once again, I would like to thank everybody. You know, you guys work so hard to have this, to continue this, KTC. And I know Kimbrumba is not present, but I know that he's very happy from the expanse of wisdom and gazing upon us with smile and joy. And thank you very much, everybody, for supporting the center.
Okay, everyone, I will read through 3 dedications in English. You may follow along. By this merit, may all attain omniscience. May defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age,
sickness,
death. From the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. May I free all beings. May I free all beings. The courageous Manjushri, who knows everything as it is, Samantabhadra, who also knows in the same way, and all the bodhisattvas that I may follow in their path, I completely dedicate all this virtue. I pray that the Lama's health be excellent, that their supreme lives be long, and their activities increase and spread. Bless us that we remain inseparable from the Lama. Thank you, Lama Karma.
Oh, you're very welcome, Daniel, and everybody.
Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you, Lama Karma, for joining us. And we will see everybody next. And we'll see you in August in person.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to. Thanks so much. Yeah,
Other
thank you.
too.